We got plenty of bananas in chat. We've also got a lot of Fs in chat. You know, peeps, refresh. Hey, we got a sub bomb here. It's Pitscan. Gifting to Asmed. Heflix. Meg1234. Tdev123 Cool. And Mantel Fire. Also, Pitscan, thank you so much for the gifted subs and subscribing yourself. Ginger Not a Ninja is also here for 9 months. Thank you so much. Let's get right into it. Ugh. Morning voice. Got some serious morning voice today. Also got a hot cup of mocha choca with, genius idea, little bit of chocolate peanut butter whey in there as well. Now I love chocolate peanut butter and I love chocolate and coffee, but will the three mix together? It's what we have to find out this live stream. It's the most important thing ever. Right, we got a beacon set up in this area. I have an ender chest. It has tools in it. We're going to grab another Silk Touch pick. Man, I'm so happy we invested in lots of picks early on. I mean, they don't break anymore, but I like not having to make loads of trips to the XP farm as well. And we're going to work on this old thing again today, peeps. Just looking at chat, 1 or 2 people saying that there's something wrong, but it's just 1 or 2 people, so I won't... Well, it's now 3 people. I won't worry. Also, someone reminded me, pre-stream music was Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, with a song off of No Way Out. I can't remember the name. Was it Victory or was it one of the other tracks? Anyway, that song came on a documentary I was watching, like a 90s documentary, and oh man, I love those 90s vibes, and I was just like, man, I want to hear that song again. So, we got a job to do, and that is ripping out a lot of the terrain that you see right here from one side to the other. You know, I likes me a little bit of digging from time to time. So I'm looking forward to doing this. Y'all with me? Right, Andrew Harwell, 99 is subscribed. Bab Mitten. Mr. NS, 92 for 3 months. Matt Ratzamat for 10 months. We got Landman 1. Dent 50 cent. Aussie Trekkie 79. Killzone 3 ABC. Hardamux, all subscribing, and Billman68 for 42 months. And hello to Billman's daughter. How you doing? Are you ready for some Minecraft action? I'm ready. I've also got to drink a little bit of hot mocha choca with peanut butter in there as well. Not actual peanut butter. Ugh! Ugh! Oh God! It's lumpy! Oh! Oh, that was the worst. I was aware it was kind of lumpy when I was mixing it, and I was trying to push them all out and have a sip, and it's just lumpy. Ugh. Let's try again. Oh dear God! Oh my God, that's so weird. They must have reacted with one another. Because there's all this weird lumpy stuff in it. It don't taste very good. It tastes kind of rubbery. I'm going to have another sip. This is so weird. Ugh. Ugh. Can you hear me chewing? I've never eaten on stream before. Not that I can recall. No, I don't think I've ever done that. I'm technically eating. What are the Fs in chat for? Are the Fs for the tea, or did the chat go down, or the stream even? Oh my God, this is so bad. They must have reacted, because I have eaten more rubbery stuff than the powder I put in. What a failure! F for the tea. Okay, thanks. It's a mocha, not a tea, but yeah. Mogman has subscribed. Merinoff. Glyph892 for 6 months. Bird is the word truly. Hand of Doom 101 for 2 months. And Closesson for 4. Thank you so much, peeps. Right. Stop drinking it then. No, I'm going to drink it. Oh, I'm just amazed. It's all at the top. Try to get yellow belt, says DG Sven. Do y'all want me to just sit in front of that machine for a whole stream? Is that it? Oh, still lumpy bits are coming in. I can't even taste the peanut butter at all. It totally failed. It totally failed. People actually want me to sit in front of the button. Now, I'm going to get stuff done. Get some stuff. Okay, the lumpy stuff is starting to calm down. That's so weird. Veggie Lover is here with cheers and bits saying you can't stand backwards on the stairs. Well, because you walk down facing one way and you walk up facing the other. So, if you were backwards, you would just be going down or up, right? The opposite of that. So, yeah, that makes sense. So, some people want the button. I don't want to sit in front of a button for a live stream. I want to play Minecraft. However, I was talking about doing a music stream, right? And that would actually be not a bad time to maybe like sit and talk about music a bit more. Anyway. Flea Wolf is here with Prime subscription. Vanitas Boy is here for 2 months saying you have made my Minecraft journey so much better. Awesome, dude. Thank you for your support. Disco Mango here is for 13 months saying the button will be the end of Soul. It could well be the end of Soul. I am loading up my replay account and getting it on so we can use this footage later. That's my plan. Okie doke, let's teleport over to me. I think Stress is green belt and so's... Yeah, Stress's skin and Iskal's skin are both green belt skins, I've just realised. So we've got like 3 green belters on. I don't know what Kralis is. I don't know. Did Doc ever actually get a belt or just try and wait for the top one? Cat in a Box is here for 5 months. Thank you for your lovely message. And we got Haycon422556 for 14 months. Thank you so much. Oh my god, more lumps. What songs do you use in your time lapses, says Pal. If you look in the description box, the songs are listed down there. Okay, Doc is yellow. Wow. I waited. I did my own little bit of waiting if you saw yesterday's episode of Hermitcraft, right? I'm telling you, it was real close. Like, I had this feeling. I'd watched it tick down a couple of times. I'd kept my eye on the clock. I'm like, it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be within like 5 minutes tops. And then XB walks in there, and he just goes straight up to it and presses the button, and I'm like, that's the game. That is the game. That was my taste of waiting. It was because I was in the Nether, working on the Blaze farm. I was actually loading it up. And so it ticked up a lot, so I figured, well, I'll wait a bit longer and try and grab the next one, right? Don't think I'm going to mess about with that again. I did have an idea, actually. I did have an idea. What if I just went AFK at it overnight, right? I'm not going to get up in the night and go have a look at it or anything, but I'm just going to be there loading it. And when I wake up in the morning, right, someone could have pressed it. That's a possibility. Someone could have pressed it, but then they could have pressed it a couple of hours ago, right? So, I don't mind loading it for other people to get a belt, and then see if I can get a good one myself, right? What do you think to that strategy, that idea? What if it dies, says Tiny Mo? Then it ends. That's it, the game's over, essentially. We're all doomed. Maybe Mumbo should have baked in some sort of endgame scenario, like anyone who's... Oh my god, that's clever. Like, anyone who's got on a belt from it has to pay a diamond block if it dies. So then anyone who participates, eventually will get a diamond block from them. That would have been really clever. You know, too late for that, Mumbo. Ah. Ah, yes. Oh, no! Oh, I'm struggling with my voice a bit here. So we can't go lower than that. Right, yeah, I was expecting to see that eventually. That makes sense. So we'll lower this bit here carefully, and then we'll have to leave that space. That's important. That's a great idea, says Weather Hayden. I think it is too, yeah. But it's too late to be implemented, right? Ideas are a wonderful thing. I like Hermitcraft is a place for ideas. You have them, then you execute them. And that's a beautiful thing. Right, so is this... I've got a feeling some of this... Yeah, that's what I was expecting to see. And that's fine, that's fine. So I think I actually want to kind of leave some of the plankage on display so it becomes kind of obvious why this is here, right? In case I just forget later on. So I'm going to put enough torches to make it obvious to myself that that's staying like that. Okay? You know, I'm a derp. In life you have to learn how to work with derps, right? It's a skill I'm accustomed to. Although later on I'm just blatantly going to forget and dig it up anyway, right? Need some more torches in here, it's so dark. Cuplex, welcome to the stream, dude. And noises in the ear, we got two Hoda Killer. I probably butchered your name. 4 months, thank you ever so much. Cuplex here for 37 months saying, did I scare you? Not at all, Cuplex. You're too cute and cuddly. That's your problem with the whole scaring thing. We've also got Belgian Wolf Gamer for cheers and bits. And Turtle Dude 31012 has gifted a sub to Minty Badger 269. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate you supporting our community here. And I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. And I hope everyone's doing well and everyone's safe, you know. I've seen some returning faces like Cuplex today. I haven't seen Cuplex here in a while, you know. I hope you're doing well. And to everyone, really. Yesterday here in the UK was a hot sunny day, and when I went for a walk, you know, like you see groups of people or you hear things going on, and I'm not one to call out or make assumptions, right? But I can speculate, and to me it felt like a lot of people were breaking the rules, and that might be all it takes, you know. A day, I don't know specifically, but if we break the rules for a day, could be a big spike a week later or something. There were blatantly parties going on. When I went for my walk, you could hear that there were like big groups of people together in back gardens. Again, could be a family though, you know. Like that's why I said ain't judging, ain't calling out, just speculating. Also saw, you know, groups of people walking around together that looked like they were friends as opposed to like families that live together. Again, not judging. You know, I'm making an assumption. I'm just speculating it. And it worries me, you know. Need to stick to the rules. We need some chests is what we need. Unfortunately for me, I am an organised soul, okay? And I will put down a couple of chest monsters over here. And then later on I'll be annoyed at where I chose to put them and have to spend ages moving all these items around. Oh, we should also get a little bit of cobblestone stocked up for our shop. Let's go ahead and grab the fortune pick. Just mind with that for a little bit longer. This morning voice of mine, it's not just morning voice, it's that sickness that I had like a month ago at the beginning of the COVID thing. It's just damaged my throat again, and I'm constantly getting like phlegm or, you know, mucus, whatever you want to call it. All the stuff that usually goes to your nose just ends up going to my throat. And so my voice gets kind of like all stuffy and stuff quite often. We've got a ways further to go. We've got a lot of digging to do here. This is going to be a ginormous warehouse. It's going to be amazing, I tell you. Ugh, more lumps. More lumps. Never going to do that again. More lumps in the mocker. And this is my breakfast today. I wanted to treat myself to a curry. I decided I'm going to... Yeah, health update. Health and fitness update with X. I decided that I'm going to change out my workout routine for something more focused on maintenance and practicing form and really kind of like making sure I'm doing everything right as I come out of this like small injury. It wasn't a big one on my shoulder. I like strained it, I think would probably be the right word. And I'm also gonna cut calories, so I'm doing a bit of a cut at the same time, right? And in order to do that, I feel like I need to kind of reward myself once a week. So I'm going to have like a weekly curry or takeaway. And that day will be Sunday, which is today, my friends. So for me, I've skipped breakfast. I'm going to have a mocha as my first thing, I guess. And then after this stream, I'm going to have breakfast, which is... What is breakfast today? Oh yeah, it's some malt loaf with peanut butter. Not much else. Bit of fruit. Two small dinners, or 2 small meals today. And then later on, I'll be having a big fat curry. Don't eat breakfast anymore because I wake up late, says Signify. The definition of breakfast is interesting because breakfast is simply the first meal of the day. Break fast. You're fasted because you've been sleeping, right? Now, it's also, you know, like breakfast might be cereal, bowl of porridge, or for some people, like full English breakfast, you have like beans and sausages. But really, it's the first meal you have in a day when you break the fast. So, yeah, I do find it kind of interesting that like cereal became a thing. I'm not really sure what the entire nutritional value or point of cereal is, but porridge oats are actually very good food to have every now and then. It's got lots of things about it, like lowering cholesterol and... Jeez, I can't remember. I've read so many articles on it, but it's in one ear out the other. I just know, hey, I like that, and it's supposedly good. Bacon and eggs. The best breakfast you can have, says H7 Miguel. I really like eggs. I try and eat eggs quite often. I find eating eggs and meat though gives me this weird feeling in my belly after, of late. Never used to. Well, I don't know. Just I try and have some eggs every day. And as of late, it's just been giving me this weird like feeling in my belly, like an emptiness after I've eaten. Which makes a lot of sense now that I think about it, like, because the kind of meals that I alternate between are, you know, eating something like eggs, I like stir fries, but what my most staple meals are. I've just realised I am just absolutely just waffling. I'm just totally talking. Like, it doesn't matter if you want to hear this or not, you're hearing it. I have, my most staple meals are salads and a bowl of vegetables, right? A bowl of cooked vegetables. I have that probably about 6 times in a week, right? Each of those. Like, salads are I think salads are probably actually my favourite meal. If you think about, like, what's your favourite meal? Everyone loves pizza. You can't eat pizza every day. You can eat salad every day, and I actually really like salad. And there are enough different types of vegetable and leaves and things you can have it in, like hummus and dips and sauces. Like, you can put cheese in a salad. There's so much you can do with it that it's really easy to keep it nice and varied. And I actually really enjoy salads. Like, I think they're my favourite meal that I can eat, you know, pretty much. I'll have a salad every day happily. They're gorgeous. And it's good to prep as well. Like, you can prep 3 or 4 salads all at once. You know, if you do your shopping and prepare right. Pizza is basically salad on bread. Depends what your toppings are then, right? I wouldn't say so. What's the best leafy green? For me, it's spinach. I love spinach. I can eat spinach raw. I can eat it cooked. I can eat it cooked with garlic or with lemon and lime is one of the ways I like to cook it. You can put it in a salad. Kale is another good one. That's supposed to be like the superfood, if you like, but you really have to cook it with stuff. I can't do kale raw. That don't work for me. Peppered rocket, yum yum. Oh yeah, CBD. You are on the money there. Peppery rocket, nice and spicy flavour to it, right? Love some of that. If you eat it raw, it's actually pretty tangy. At least I find it to be rather tangy. But if you yeah, but if you throw it in the salad with all the other stuff, then that tanginess kind of gets covered up by all the other flavours. Put some pineapple on pizza, says Creeper. I love it. You know, I'm not really like a a food, what would you call it, like, I'm not one of these people that gets over-exaggerated about, like, stuff. Like, I'm not going to get all, oh, that's the worst thing ever, you're committing crimes against food or something, right? Like, I get that's the sense of humour, but I totally don't feel like that. You put whatever you want on a pizza, right? I'm quite non-fussy with food, and I saw this whole thing about the kiwi on the pizza, and I was like, damn, I want to try that. Like, I love kiwis. I'll give that a shot. I'll probably like it. I pretty much eat a kiwi every single day. Right, let's read some noises in the ear. Oh, and by the way, this is now off limits, this bit right here. Off limits. Cannot build later on in this space. Let's get to those noises quickly. Loads of people are asking me questions about food in chat now. I could talk about food. Surprisingly not making me feel hungry, probably because I'm drinking this mocha and chewing on bits of lumpy protein powder. Ugh! I just drank the gunk at the bottom. I'm going to finish it though. Oh, it got worse. It got worse. Oh, that was awful. Okay, that never gets done again. I was like, I don't like waste, I'm going to finish it. And then there's even more lumpy stuff down there. You are getting all the mouth noises and chewing today. Oh, got to wash that out. Simple Sequoia is here with a Prime subscription. Didn't I just read this out? SVLVZVR, thank you for subscribing. Thundertubs 018, thank you for subscribing, dude. Appreciate it. And then we have Epic K910 here with a donation saying, make a new game called The Lever. You flick a lever and you get, excuse me, a coloured terracotta that appears on the rainbow. Purple is the best and red is the worst. Hermits have to show their terracotta on their skin. Good place to put it is on the nether roof. I know you're joking, but you really got my mind ticking over there about like creating a parallel minigame, maybe as a joke to complement the actual minigame, but also maybe... What's going on up here, by the way? Okay, that's a bit of the tunnel. Right, so this right here is kind of part of that, so I'm going to fill it in. So yeah, like a parallel minigame that sort of not really pokes fun at it, but like adds to it maybe. That's I kind of like that idea. Now, when you said about the lever, that got me thinking, oh, well, you know, what is the lever? It's a state of on and off. And so those two states could signify something of interest as well. I'm going to have to think that over, though. We could try brainstorming something like that on a live stream, but I find when I brainstorm ideas, I need like peace and quiet and some good music. We got the good music bit done, you know. But you lot are here, okay? Give me some peace and quiet already, alright? Jeez. Bunch of people watching me while I'm trying to play Minecraft. Right, I'm gonna go grab my shovel, of all things, unsurprisingly. Epic K9, thank you for your donation. We got that Jared here for 15 months. Polkinine for 4 months. Bladzy. Wilco SP has subscribed. So has Godzilla Fan 1952. We got Troy J for 2 months here. Frankenren1 has subscribed. Lenny Hoops is here with cheers and bits saying, hey Assume, I hope you're doing well. Would you fancy a custom totem? Ooh, a little totem down there. I like the idea of giving it a character reference, right? But I don't feel like my character has earned that. You know, like if it were like a little bee face on it, that'd be kind of cool. You know, if ever you guys have got ideas for that, feel free to tweet it at me. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm going to use whatever you share, but the act of creating and sharing is a good thing. You never know, I might actually go, oh, I like that. Or maybe I'll throw it to the Vanilla Tweaks team. And Vanilla Tweaks has a fun section, which we don't really focus on too much, but we've put some extra things in there over time, and there's probably room for more in the fun section of Vanilla Tweaks, which is the resource pack I use, by the way. I always see people on stream asking about that, so if you've been asking, now you know. We use Vanilla Tweaks. You can search for it. You can go to my website, assumeavoid.com. On my website, you can also see all the fan art people have been sending me. I adore fan art. It is like just this lovely part of the day where I check my Twitter and people have put together these amazing drawings and paintings and digital art. And yeah, there's actually, all of that's been moved off of Facebook and onto my website now. So if you go to the fan art section, you can just scroll downwards for hours and hours checking out all the amazing things people have done. The Satanistic Angel says, fan art is always fun to make. Yeah, like you'd know anything about making fan art, eh? Oh, you're inside my head, jeez. No, I always love your drawings. The latest one, the little cute Asuma, like golden Asuma sitting on the flower. Oh, so adorable, so adorable. And that's why I love how people are like just taking this little character thing we have here in Minecraft and like building a world out of it, like adding to the identity and bringing things out of it. I think it's a really beautiful thing, and I absolutely love it. It's very inspiring. Okay, there's a little bit more of some stuff we can't dig out. And we could probably get away with digging out a little bit more over here. Right, like that whole block there can go. Let's be a bit careful about this though. We stick our nose up here. Yeah, so this is like redstone territory, so this bit here can probably go. And yeah, I am trying to read noises in my ear, aren't I? The game, 2 teams. The lever on will turn the lights on. And the lever off will turn the lights off. Second team on. Coning, interesting idea there. You got me thinking. I'm not sure I understood what you said. 2 things came to mind. Maybe when you flick the lever like on or off, you join the team that is currently on. So if 2 people walk up to it and they flick it, they're both on separate teams. Now that, I don't know really how it would play out or what would be the point, but it's a start. You've got to start somewhere. Okay, so that looks kind of like what we're working with in this area. And the rest of this will hopefully get a little bit more easy now as we've covered most of the stuff we can't dig. So, those noises in that eardrum. Hoddy0 is here with some cheers and bits saying, do you do some warm-up exercises or warm-ups for your vocal cords? It's a muscle and you use it a lot. It might help. I do, my friend. Thank you for asking, and obviously you know that that's the thing. So, you know, before I'm live streaming, I'm walking around making this noise, okay? Okay, slightly embarrassing noise, but let's give it a shot. That's exactly what you thought you were going to hear on this live stream, Dave. You were like, I'm gonna tune into a live stream and hear someone make buzzy bee noises. Jeez. Yeah, they warm up your vocal cords, and I learned that from a vocal coach who posts videos on YouTube. So, oh, it's a little bit higher. I guess all of this goes because look, the floor level's there. So yeah, that all goes 1 more block down. Okay, so yeah, anyway, I do warm up my vocal cords is the answer, and thank you for your concern. I do that a lot. The Wit-Free Prism is here with cheers and bits as well, saying Failfish. Well, thank you ever so much for your contribution to the channel. James Shopland is here for 50 months. My goodness me, it's a very long time to put up with this old derp. Alright, 50 months of of my silliness. We got Jono Doe with a subscription. Free Ganas has subscribed. Dr. Joni is here with cheers and bits saying, me and my girlfriend enjoy your stream with hangovers and cake. What's your favourite hangover food? Well, I don't drink and I don't like alcohol. And you've reminded me of something that I wanted to talk about, which was not drinking. So I feel like... Excuse me, 1 second. Oh, a little bit of a cough there. I feel like what I'm going to say next kind of goes counter to everything you've just said with the cake and the hangover, but you know, your body, your choice. So I don't have a hangover food, but if I were hangover, I would probably drink lots of water and go for a run or something. That would probably be what I would choose to do after. Sleepovers, someone said. Did I say sleepover instead of hangover? That'd be weird. Cubez says, you don't drink, Sally, stay hydrated. Oh, the hypocrite, look, he's drinking water. What's that sound? You were just drinking. Anyway, you know me, Mr. Health and Fitness and diet and all that stuff. I'm interested in doing it all right and living as healthily as I can, and that's motivated largely by having lived unhealthy for a long time and really felt the mental effects and physical effects of what that does to you, and set myself on a different trajectory to get in shape. And I found that getting in shape and exercising was kind of like this endless rabbit hole of feeling better. It's really weird. Like, you know, if I look at how much exercise I'm doing today, I'm spending hours each day doing something, moving about, on my treadmill or working out, and it just feels like this endless pit of feeling better. And at some point you've got to be like, well, I've got other things to do as well as just exercising. But anyway, the point I wanted to make about the current situation is that people are out there like looking for a cure or looking for an easy way out of the current situation. One of the best things you can do right now is to get in shape and to stay fit and healthy, because doing these things boosts your immune system. If you've watched me stream before, you've probably heard me talk about how I don't really get sick so much anymore, and that's part of having like a strong immune system. Working out, regular exercise, good diet gets your immune system in shape. And so, you know, you do get sick. It's not like a, hey, you're not going to get sick, but your body's stronger. Like, it's not just physical strength of like being able to lift weights. It's like you're teaching your body's ability to repair itself, because essentially, you know, you're straining your muscles and they have to repair themselves. That's how they get bigger. You're getting your body's immune system and defensive systems in really good shape. And now is a better time than ever when there's such a threat as coronavirus. I mean, there's always a threat. You can die from the regular flu. There's all kinds of diseases and things, illnesses out there that, well, you know, not all of them can be prevented by having a good immune system, but an immune system absolutely helps. And one of the things that I found a little bit discerning, I was looking at some information about how the economy has shifted, and they were breaking down all the different services and showing which ones have contracted and which ones have expanded. And one of the services that have expanded the most is the alcohol. The sales of alcohol and tobacco have gone up. And I'm thinking, oh man, like, it's kind of sad. Like, people have got nothing to do and they're just drinking, and it's a time for not drinking. Alcohol, you know, attacks your immune system. It's literally poison. And not to sound dramatic or anything, but it's, you know, it's why you get drunk, is because it's affecting your body in a way it doesn't know how to deal with. So you have the feeling of feeling drunk, right? And, you know, if you want to enjoy that and enjoy intoxication, then that's your choice. But if you want to be fit and healthy and give yourself a good chance of, you know, if you get this thing actually beating it, then you don't want to be drinking. And you don't want to be doing all of that. Can you recommend some exercises that don't require equipment, please? Says Robbie Ares. I can. Give me a second though. I'm just going to make a note of something. Yeah, I can recommend what you can do. Right now, all the fitness people on YouTube are going crazy over home workouts, and there's a whole community of the calisthenics community as well. That calisthenics is body weight training. It's like learning to work your muscles and exercise your body through movements that don't require additional machines or weights, etc. Now, I personally believe, depending on what your goals are, I don't think you should have a philosophy of like only doing things one way, like I'm only going to do calisthenics or only going to do weights. I think they're all tools you can incorporate into what you want to achieve for your health and fitness. So anyway, there are calisthenics channels out there. The top calisthenics guy, this he's like a bald European, he's got like a European accent. Guy is really great. Tons of great videos. So if you just start searching around on YouTube, you are probably going to find no shortage of information. So, you know, I could tell you some things here, but there's great tutorials. You want to learn to do stuff with good form, and it's not probably the best way to learn, but there are good coaches out there on YouTube who can teach you good form for your exercises and what to do and how to do them. And you know, all that information's out there for you. The villager says, how does X get fit in Minecraft? He runs around the block. That's a great joke. I like it. So where were we? We got... There we are. We got The Wit-Free Prism subscribing. Wouter183. Dawnfire Games. DumDum85 for 19 months. Daremus Gaming has subscribed. Casino Mark 007. We got Loomis and 95 here for 2 months. It says, love your content. A few days late, but a lot of tech designs need TNT duping as you can't move dispensers, chest hoppers. Lever on makes light move left, lever off makes light move right. It touches either side, it dies. Well, the problem with that is it's only ever going to go in one direction and then back again, right? Because the lever can only go from on to off. So if you were flicking the lever, all it would ever do is move between 2 positions. So I don't see how that would work. But thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate it. We got Moopy Nada 1, Oddity Dan, OCD Disson for 3 months, Raffi Warren for 3 months, Toxie Dragon, Missimo 111, Duke of Rags has subscribed. We got Zanhox subscribing, Blauski, and Graceful here gifting subs to GBoss555, Blue Parrot, and Epley4547. Grace, thank you so much for gifting the subs. I appreciate all you do for our community, and you kind of reminded me that I wanted to talk a little bit, but not a lot, about LPMT. So LPMT is Let's Play Minecraft Together. It's a series I started on YouTube that was all revolved around playing with my community. And that series, you know, didn't go quite where I wanted it to, because eventually I kind of got pulled back into focusing on Hermitcraft. It was a time where I wasn't playing Hermitcraft as much, I think towards the end of Season 5, and I wanted to try something different. Had a really great experience playing with my community and doing a series on YouTube with them. It ended up not lasting that long for me, but the community has gone on for a long time, and the server has like custom features and things. The philosophy was then to do vanilla with extra cosmetic and fun things attached to it that didn't disrupt the whole thing, right? The whole vanilla tech tree. And now we're going to do a Season 2, although we're not going to call it Let's Play Minecraft Together. We're going to let the community figure out a name for this second season, and we're going to develop the season with a similar philosophy to the first one, where we have the vanilla game. We're figuring out how to optimize things and get the performance behind the scenes really great so that we can expand content in the future. And we want it to be very community driven, where I'm probably saying a little bit too much right now, so I'm going to try and be a little bit ambiguous, because we didn't want to promise anything that we then find out we can't deliver on. But the idea would be that we create something behind the scenes to bring into the game. And so just speculating here, like this could be like a boss fight, because we've had the Evil X boss fight in the past. This could be like a additional dimension that you can go into to do some sort of challenge, right? Not saying that's what we're doing, these are just ideas that have been thrown around, because we'll be able to add dimensions. So we're going to put content on top of vanilla that doesn't disrupt the vanilla game, but gives you more things to do in the world. And the idea of the community is that the community can help us create these things. A lot of the things will be cosmetic, and then they together have to like build some sort of thing or do some challenge to unlock it. So when the world starts, which will be when we're ready, after 1.16 goes out, we will have... Lost my train of thought a little bit there. Oh, so bad. Sometimes just mid-sentence, it's like my brain just like turns off or something. Yeah, so the community would have to perhaps build something or finish a challenge, and then we add in this content as a result of that. So it starts off with just your base vanilla game with some tweaks and changes that we made, and then slowly over time we're going to expand it and bring more and more to the server. So that reset is going to happen sometime after 1.16 when we're ready. Like, you know, 1.16 will come out, we'll have to get all the things in place to make it work. And then when we're ready, sometime after 1.16, we're going to pull the trigger and update. So for all of you who are patrons or part of that community, because you can join it through Twitch as well if you're a tier 3 subscriber, you know, get involved in the discussion. We're going to be listening. We're interested in hearing what people want for the next season and trying to get ideas together and figure out what we can do. And then as a community, we can build up this next season of Let's Play Minecraft together. Although we are looking for a different name for it as well, you know, because although it's going to essentially be Season 2, it kind of needs a different name because it's not quite the same format it was before. Okay, look at that. We've finished clearing everything out down here. Vanilla Season 3, says Turbo. It won't be Vanilla Season 3. That's probably not going to happen. We're probably not going to do a straight up vanilla before. Again, sorry. Although, to be fair, you know, Vanilla's gotten, like, really great as of late. The direction and development that Mojang have undertaken, they're starting to fill in a lot of things that you might want to modify to the game and expand it and change it, right? Which is very good. It's very good they're going in that direction. So, we now have... We could cook up a bunch more stone and stuff. I think I'm going to go load the cobblestone in the storage below. I've got a feeling I actually filled it up, though. But hey, we've got some more in reserve, if that's so. Let's kick off my camera account. Why do I have 3 Minecrafts running? That's really weird. I'm going to close that one as well, then. And I need to just sort out my camera account for a second. So what did I call the last? Digging out stone, I called it. Let's call it. Digging out more stone. Cool. Right. I think I'm done with that for now. Nairakin says, hi there, just joined. Hope you're properly taking some time off for yourself, Asuma. I did a little bit yesterday. But I find it hard to not try and be productive. So I'm more so focused on just being more relaxed and doing some things. Like I went out and did some gardening, although it was a bit too hot for that. And I was also thinking, I've gone out and done gardening. Like I don't really... I enjoy doing other people's gardening. Whenever I help other people do gardening, I really like it. But I think that's because I'm intentionally taking the time off. When I'm doing my own garden, I'm like, I don't get any value from this garden being here. Like, as much as I love nature and stuff, it's the maintenance. It's like, I don't really want to go out and cut stuff down. I was actually thinking, like, it's really, really weird how, like, gardening is like a naturist type thing, right? If you're into gardening, you're probably a fan of Mother Nature and all this. And, you know, you could argue that killing an animal is cruel because it's a conscious being. But, like, you're sort of doing the same thing with gardening. You're just ripping up things that have grown there, right? Very kind of, like, counter to nature in a weird way. And so I was ripping out all these weeds that have grown up, and I was thinking, I don't really need to do this. Like, I'm sort of someone who doesn't care too much. The only reason to do that stuff is to... you don't want weeds, like, breaking all your... Like, let's say you've got, like, a patio, and weeds start to grow between them. If you leave that stuff unkept, then they're going to break up all the rocks and, you know, ruin it, air quotes, over time. I don't know, I just found it kind of weird that, like, part of enjoying nature is ripping it apart and turning it into what you think it should look like, as opposed to just letting it be wild. Right, let's get on with these noises in the ear. We've got Zanhox subscribing, Luowski, Zodiac Siren has gifted a sub to Pearl Sent Moon. Thank you so much for gifting the sub. J Burra2 has subscribed. We've got Epic K9 for 38 months saying my idea for the lever was a complete copy of the button, but with a lever and the colours are reversed. It should also face the button for extra funny value. Yeah, I mean, you could do that as a prank, right? As a prank. I mean, there might be something to that. I'll think it through a little more, because there's kind of a cool idea in there. Lucky Tiger Kitten is here for 24 months. That's a diamond face in chat. 2 years of support. We got PVT Backflip gifting the sub to Krause. He done it again. Zodiac Siren says Pearlescent Moon. What did I say last time? I said Pearlescent Moon this time. Am I getting it wrong? Red Reverend is here for 2 months. We got Nick Pepez, Tron2 KSA for 13 months. Reloaded 247, sponsor me please. Draboni is here for 3 months. And we got Red Reverend with cheers and bits saying, what are you most excited for in 1.16? Also, what is this song? We're listening to the StarCraft soundtrack. A game from my childhood that I absolutely adore. Oh man, I'm looking around here and I'm getting some ideas now. I absolutely adore this game. StarCraft. Like, I played it just, you know, loads, and the music got baked into my head and it gives me this wonderful, like, carefree vibe. I think I left all of my white concrete back at the other place. No, I didn't. Here it is. Anyway, we've got loads more here. I made sure I got tons of this stuff. We're gonna tear through it though. So if I think about it, this is probably going to be the floor height right here. I don't know what material the floor is, but keeping that in mind. Now another thing is I might not necessarily need to figure out where the floors are right now. I think what I need to focus on is just getting these walls up here brought down a little further. This bit here is going to be interesting. Ew, it doesn't mean I have to remove stuff from there though. That'll look alright. So yeah, I'll just crack on with this now, okay? I'm gonna bring it down to that height there. Okay, we got a noise in the ear from Tree for 48 months. Tree, thank you so much for your continued support, dude. Ah, okay, when I added those blocks back in, I was not paying attention. Yeah, I was just thinking that's going to look better if it's a bit more... Don't know if that works or not. I'll reassess some of the stuff around there later on. One of the things you got to remember with Hermitcraft, it's a long season. Like, there's plenty of time to go over all the details, especially on streams and stuff, right? Is that a little higher than I wanted it to? It is because of that bit over there. So, actually just take that back as a reminder. Bam. Okay, so next bit's going to be here, going around the corner. Now, what I want to do is extend little bits like that down to here. What I'm not so sure about doing is covering in these shapes here, because I kind of like the way the edge of the red pops out. In fact, I know I really like that. Oh yeah, and we got to do some more colouring of the glass around the front before we do any of this, really. So we're going to pivot to something else that needs doing around here. Okay, I think I need some scaffolding. Alright, we got a noise in the ear from PV7 Player with a donation saying, Riot Games from League of Legends just purchased Hytale. They just come out with a Valorant. And for me, it killed it in the same week by spamming the drops. What do you think? I didn't really follow Valorant. And Riot Games, they already had a partnership with Riot Games. Also, if it means that like the development team changes from Hytale, I'd find that kind of disappointing. That'd be a bit of a bummer because I haven't even played this game yet, and I really want to see it executed by the people that are making it. I don't think this is so. They're probably smarter than this, but if they like taking it over to give it to a different development team, that seems a little bit weird. But anyway, you know, whatever the deals are, the way the people at Hytale have talked about their game, I'm pretty sure they would make a very sensible decision. It's not like they've sold it to EA, right? So I don't see anything like that happening. I really don't know much about Riot Games though, so I can't really say too much on it. Cool, right, now that we've done that, let's put our white concrete back in here. I'll hold on to a little bit, you know. Let's have a look at these two chests. This is what we're going to need next, as we are going to go work on some colours and stuff around the front. Now we actually kind of figured this stuff out. We decided to add, I think, 4 colours and have those also appear twice on this building. And then I kind of realised something when I was looking back at it after. So over here, yeah, look, there's this one here that doesn't have any windows on it. But I think that's fine. I think it will sit there as like a little oddity. It's always good to just break your own rules up a little bit. So we have to put those 4 colours in over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 is pretty much what we're going to do. There is another cube over here, but because it's round the back, it doesn't really count for much. So 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one over here, they're all going to have their own unique colours now. We were just below this one a second ago. See? See? So those colours were brown, I think magenta or purple, cyan and orange, right? Let's come pick up some materials from over here, from my shop. I can take what I want. Orange, brown, magenta. Ah! Okay, I'm not scared anymore. Hey, someone's buying the cyan. That's nice. That is nice. Gamer Toss DK for 17 months saying good morning, X and chat. Welcome to the stream, dude. And thank you, PB7 player, for your donation. Appreciate it. Hey, sold a little bit of that. Not so much of these. Okay, so I know that the entrance is going to be brown, and what we did was have the single things. So we'll do that one first. And I pretty much know how this is going to look, right? It's not a big grand entrance. Maybe, what is the width of... Maybe I should actually put the entrance on this side. Ooh. Oh my word, Scar. There's some next level Minecraft going on over here. Jesus. I'm gonna cough. Oh, if you heard me earlier talking about how like the mucus and the phlegm sort of goes into the throat, it's just like if I'm sitting here talking, every so often it's just gonna like hit its peak and need to cough to like move it. It's so annoying. And that is just some insane stuff right there. I want to fly into the mouth over here. Scar's got some real vision and knows how to execute it, right? Is there anything in this shop? Chess monsters, is there anything in this shop yet? Okay, it's like a slug thing. Oh, this might be... what am I doing? This might be spoilers. Let's go away. It's a sneak preview, peeps. It's a reason to go watch the video. Right, so I got totally distracted then. I was thinking about opening up this entrance. Maybe having it so that you can... Well, we're going to colour that block. So maybe let's have it so that you can walk around all of this space. And then there can be the entrance. I might make the entrance a little bit higher down here. Just so we don't have as much digging to do. So I'll come back and buy this space at another time. So let's say we go for something like this. Right, now we can look at this side here as well, and we can make it all kind of open. And then we can put this up higher up. And then if you're walking around here, maybe a path leads over to Scar's area as well. Wesley says, do you have a P.O. box? P.O. box. I do not have a P.O. box as it goes. Yellow Harold is here for 49 months saying, I know it's a totally unrelated topic, but have you any thoughts on virtual reality and would you try VR Minecraft? I've discussed this before. I'm interested in VR in the sense of when someone figures out like how to create a new gaming experience on VR or something else, like that I'll be interested in. But otherwise, it just feels very novel to me at the moment. I don't really want to play Minecraft in virtual reality. It would probably make me a little sick, is what I'm guessing. So I haven't brought or invested in any of that VR stuff yet. But yeah, at some point or another, I feel like someone's going to come up with like the optimal way to do it, and then there's going to be some like killer application, like a really cool game that just wouldn't make sense unless you were playing it in VR, and that I'd be interested in. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this will end up being our entrance into the place. 3 high, right? And then somewhere in here. Yeah. With all the jumping, we're going to go 2, 3. I'll have this one 5 wide. I just think that makes sense. Okay, so... oh. Apparently I'm doing it all wrong. So then above here, we're going to have our windows, right? Now, where they go on this bit is kind of obvious and easy. Also, having this area here like terraformed will help us cover up some of the redstone around the corner here. So that's probably just a thing that's going to... oh, and that. And that. Yeah, there's that there as well. So, right. Little bit of scaffolding. Go up here. And knock out these 2. Now, they don't quite line up with the roof, but that's fine. That's fine, not a problem. So then over on this side, we're going to have 3 of them. Apparently I'm making extra holes there. Going up, and then this side it'll be 2 again. X, any tips for a lazy body, says Wither TDMs. Yeah, fight that laziness. Whenever you're feeling lazy, do the opposite. And notice how I say do, as opposed to feel or get motivated. No. Screw motivation, okay? You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. It's like that Nike thing, right? Just do it. That's pretty much it. Stop thinking about it and start doing it. You know you need to do that thing. Vitus says there is so many myths about VR. It's great. Beat Saber, Rec Room, Half-Life, Iron Lights, and many more. Well, there might be great titles out there about it, and then I guess if there is a great title and a great application, it takes a while for it to reach bigger audiences, right? Like, if you're hardcore into gaming, then there's probably like a bigger circumference of things that feel like great experiences. But when something then really starts to spread out and reach like broad audiences, that's probably when I'll be interested in VR, right? Okay, where's the brown at? That's grey. So we just got to make some more. So we need our dyes. And we need 2 of them for now. We need a crafting bench. Chess monsters. They're expanding. I think maybe what would be cool is if Mojang kind of embraced... if Mojang kind of embraced this a little bit, right? But then, what if you could just click on the shulker box and it becomes like an extra inventory space? So you could just move things organically between your shulker boxes without having to put them down. That would be a huge step towards sorting out the inventory clutter all the time. Oh, I didn't craft it into panes. Well done me. Well done me. Have you played Portal, says TGM. Yeah, I played Portal back in the day when it came out. Those are really cool games, Portal 1 and 2. And we got noises in the air. We got Machiel19 subscribing. Lyrog has subscribed. And Nat Bratch is gifting the sub to Random Noob 2711. Thank you so much for gifting the sub and supporting the community. And peeps, we've got 5,000 people here watching. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you're all enjoying the Season 7 so far. We're going to do something we ain't done in a while. Okay, we used to take eye breaks. Now you're thinking, eye breaks? I don't want to break my eye. No, I don't mean like that. I mean taking a break from looking at the computer screen, alright? Staring at these screens ain't normal. And those doctors, what are they doing? Looking out for our health again. Yeah, they reckon that every hour of staring at a screen you should take 5 minutes to look around. Did you know what I said to that? I said, hey, wait a minute, I stream. I'm not going to stop streaming for 5 minutes. Okay, this joke is so old, it feels weird to be recycling it again. Peeps, I need to go to the toilet, so you can take the opportunity to give your eyes a break. I will be right back. And I'm back. We got K-Dads here for 29 months saying cheers for keeping the dopamine levels in check once again. No problem, dude. Morbrick77 for 13 months. Thank you so much for your support. You can also take this time to hydrate your fluids. Hydrate, people, hydrate! Right, this is where I need that brown concrete that I pinched earlier. To make the top of this building. Sweet, bam! Smashing down into the ground, right. Pick some of these things up. We need a little staircase to get up and down here. And I'm out of... Oh no, I've got more dirt. There we go. It's dark and gloomy around here, isn't it? That's all done, isn't it? Because we did the roof. Yeah. That's that bit there. That's going to be the entrance to the whole place. Wild Trekker says, I can't hydrate, I'm drinking coffee and it dehydrates you. Better get some water too. But coffee is made with water, right? So, does it dehydrate you more than the water you're consuming with it? That's what I'm thinking, okay? That's an important question that needs an answer. Alright? I will not rest until someone gives me that answer. Lamart is here with a subscription. Thank you so much, Lamart. Appreciate it. With a TDM says, Team Derpy B. And also, your stream is broken. It is? What's broken about it? Petition to rename dirt blocks to derp blocks. Jeez. There's something right there. Okay, so this one right here will blatantly have... let's go one higher than that. Oh, I do not want to waste these blocks. Now I'm walking around wasting time instead. Okay, let's go one higher than that. And we'll go to there. Then on this face, we got 1, 2, space 1. Oh, no, we'll go for a 3 wide here. And we'll make it a smaller, higher up one. And we'll go 1 block lower than that. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Right there. Boop. There we go. What colour is this one going to be? What colour is it going to be, peeps? Let's see what people in chat say. I'm going to pick the first one I see. I'm literally going to... Pink! Josh, pink isn't one of the colours we're doing. Purple, says Luke Rowe. Neither's that. Lime green? These are none of... Puce? What is puce, Biffa? Magenta. Biffa, can I tell people about the dream that I had that you were in? Because that was so funny. It was such a weird... I woke up and I was like, okay, someone ate the cheese. Biffa says, lol, sure. Alright, now, when you remember stuff, like getting the details right is a little tricky. Now that it's been like a week or something, I'm probably going to get a bit messed up. But, okay, so I had a dream that Biffa was live streaming. And I was watching the live stream. And he was live streaming with a camera, I think, pointed at a laptop, right? Like, at the screen. As opposed to software capturing. Like, right now, it's software capturing the stream. And as time went on, like, it would slowly move about. And you could kind of see that it was actually a laptop on a car seat. And Biffa was clearly streaming from the car, playing City Skylines, whilst driving around. And the police pulled him over at one point and talked to him. And then you could start to see Biffa, and he actually had like a balaclava over his face that was slowly getting revealed as well. It was so bizarre. And then at one point he picked up his kids from school, and I don't really know where it ended. They're just dreams, right? They just seem to start and end somewhere. It was just so weird. It was just streaming whilst driving. I think the psychology and not knowing someone's face was what the whole like balaclava slowly coming off thing was like. Yeah, I don't know, it was strange. Right, I need some more white glass. 2, 3. I need lots of that. And then we need Boobly shoop doop de doop whoop whoop. Some iron trapdoors. We should have iron blocks somewhere in this mess. Diamonds! Random diamonds. Amazing. There it is. I knew I had some somewhere. I'm actually like really starting to run out of iron. Need to turn the iron farm back on and keep it loaded at some point. It's kind of out of distance of the squid farm, which was like intentional, but now I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should have made it so I could load it while I'm getting the ink from the squid farm as well, but whatever. It's all done now. It's all set in stone. I ain't moving that stuff about. Okay. Put that there, put this below. Dreams, it's so weird. Sometimes, like, it happened, you realise after, says with TDMs. Well, you're going to realise after you've had the dream that you've had the dream. You can't realise it before. I'm pretty sure. There we go. That's it for that one. That's the only windows it's getting. These will be quick then, because these are all kind of small like this, I guess. And then we can do a bit more work on the inside. Use blacks as with TDMs. Well, we're going to add in like the odd ones here and there that have like grey, but I'm not going to rush into doing that today, I think. Dr. Blue says, did you know that you can only dream about someone you've seen even if you saw them in a big crowd? I would say that's a bit hokey-cokey because it doesn't kind of like add up. Like, we can't really scientifically research dreams because we can't, I don't know, like bring them back and observe what's in them. Like, we always have to examine them through the lens of memory. And so making a statement about like there being a rule about whose face you can see seems a bit bizarre to me. You know, I've dreamt about people I know and I've dreamt about characters that I don't know, but you know, their faces possibly are identical to someone you've actually seen, but you know, there could also be an amalgamation of faces, you know? Like everyone can imagine a face and then imagine it being slightly different. So the idea that there is some sort of baked-in rule, I mean, how would you prove that? Like, how would you prove that rule's even there? Someone says fake fact. Yeah, I mean... Oh, fake fact, the first part of your dream is storing memory. That sounds fake as well, because I think a lot of us wake up, have at one time or another woken up in the days of a dream. I've certainly done that, where you're waking up and you're almost still dreaming. Like, you just kind of come to a little slow. In fact, there's people that suffer from sleep paralysis, which is a little bit like that. You sort of wake up before your body has, and your mind is still in this weird dreamy state. And they reckon because it alarms and upsets people, they tend to see scary things like ghosts and whatnot when you wake up in that state. Paralysis, that's the one. Biffa says, off to start the day, City's live stream car driving, then pick up the kids. Where's my balaclava? Thanks, X. Just another day for Biffa doing his streams. Oh, brilliant. Okay, next colour, we're going to go with cyan. That cyan's right here. Cyan, cyan. We got some glass already. So we've got those things that we need, yeah. And then the colour after that is orange, which I don't have glass for. So we'll do cyan, then we'll come back. Right. Let's get our rockets. We're going to have to fly around and pick one. Oh, I hit the ground. Oh, are we missing one? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to put orange here because orange will complement the honey a little bit, and it's one of my favourite colours. The other one being blue. Sleep paralysis, says ceiling bubble. That's when you wake up and all you see is Corralis's eyes. Okay, we're going to break the rules and put... Actually, no, I'm not going to bubble with that. I'm going to stick to the rules this time. Too much rule breaking becomes a rule, you know? So, 1, 2... yeah, 1, 2... we're going to do 2. Yep, 2 wide. And once again, going to go up to that height. And I think actually we'll go 1 lower on this one, just because, why not? Sweet! And there you go. Ah! Fell down. Fell down like a clown. Ah! In the wall like a fool. Okay. What's next? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So maybe 2, gap of 2, and 2 again. And let's start from this side here. Yeah, no, actually that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Oh, same height as that one there then. Oh! Breaking stuff in the ceiling. Jeez, rude. Alright. That looks funky. Funky monkey right there. Now we need our iron trapdoors. Oh! Oh, I'm doing it all wrong. Oh, wait, am I? Orange is the colour. No, no, it's not. Someone's shouting orange. That should be orange. No, wait, yeah, I said I put orange there because it's my favourite. But then cyan was the material that I prepared. Right, got ya. Ow! Fell down like a clown. Gotcha. Now, some people are calling this one a derp. Okay. I'll give you the derp. But do you understand what is behind? Okay? It wasn't the worst derp ever, okay? It was a simple misstep in the order of process. The order of process, you know, that sounds so professional, but it's not. What I'm saying is, you know, I set out to place down cyan, decided this one was going to be orange, and then just got a little sidestepped. I think I'm just going to leave it as cyan. Although we would have like red, orange, yellow. Oh, we're going to change it to orange then. Can't make up my mind. Useless. Useless. I'll press the dirt button then. Okay? Happy? Bunch of derp fiends. Be a little dopamine rush. Oh. Oh. He derped. Oh. Jeez. Jeez Louise, right. Hey, that one's one lower. Oh, we're going to leave it. I thought it was one higher. We're going to leave it like a lever. There it is. Okay, so cyan is actually somewhere over here. In a galaxy far, far away. Okay, so this is interesting. Kind of feels like one extra block, but it's not. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 would be a nice big wide window, and over on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 2, 4 big windows. And we'll have them go right up to there. So 3 high, 3 by 4, both times. And then there it starts here, because that bit's all slightly wider. Man, this music's so good. It's so fruity as well, I love it. It was a great choice to listen to the StarCraft soundtrack today. Love that bit. It's groovy. In fact, as weird as this sounds, those could totally be metal riffs. That could totally be like a groove metal riff. There's a lot of stuff like that in music. I can just sort of hear it in different styles and sounds. Because obviously it wouldn't sound all like quirky and cheerful on a jovial keyboard like that, right? A cheesy sort of 80s jovial keyboard. It would be, you know, the notes would be converted, right? But it's like the groove and the notes, they could totally be a groove metal riff. Groovy as a smoothie, says Firefox Panda. I like that. I'm going to steal that one if I remember it. Okay, let's pick up some more blocks. Bam. We've got to make that orange glass now. And did we fill in all of that cyan over there somewhere? I think we did. think we did that. Why can't I see it? It's because it's over there. Yeah, all that's filled in. So just the orange. And then another job finito. Buy Mumbo's stash, says Durfy Plays. Mumbo's stash has already been brought. In fact, probably all of it's gone now. Not that I, you know, want a tash on my skin particularly. What, hi X, why is Minecraft so dark? Oh, it's because it has a night and day cycle, and right now it's nighttime. Just like real life. Oh, incredible. Incredible technology. It's almost like reality. I should get rid of these scaffolds in a second. And definitely get rid of that. Scaffolding is now unnecessary. There we go. You know, with scaffolding, I just let, you know, a few pieces fall wherever they may. Not going to worry too much about running around picking it all up. So now, we're not actually done. I've remembered something we need to do. And which one of you were going to remind me, eh? None of you. None of you were. You don't know what I'm talking about. Why does all of you have a Suma's face, says Johnny English? If you mean in chat, it's because they are subscribers. And after certain amounts of subscribing, you get different coloured Asuma faces. Okay, let's go grab... That is orange, right? Yep, this is orange. Grab that, put it in here. Grab that, nab that. Cool, and then round the corner. Ah! I missed. Boop. There we go. With sound effects. Do you like potatoes, says Narjo? I don't that much. Potatoes are alright. They're not my go-to. I tend to avoid them because they're so calorie rich and dense. They are filling, but, you know, I don't know. Ugh! Walked forward when I didn't mean to then. Yeah, I kind of panic bought a bag of potatoes when I went shopping right at the whole COVID outbreak thing. I feel like I was probably about, in a weird way, maybe like 2 months ahead of everything, but in an actual way about 1 or 2 weeks. So being into the whole edutainment stuff on YouTube, they were talking about this corona thing for a while. Like, when it started to hit, all the stuff about wet markets, that had been talked about on channels like Vox, like, months before any of this, like, hit the rest of the world. And they were so, like, on top of it when it was happening in China. And so I was kind of aware of this thing, but I wasn't thinking in my head, like, and then it's going to come here. It was just something happening all the way over in China, right? So, yeah, I was kind of like really aware of it. There was a point where I was like convincing my parents, do not go on this cruise, right? And they were like, no, we're going on the cruise, we'll be fine. And I'm like, no, cruise is like a terrible place to go while there's this happening. And luckily, they shut down the cruises a few days before they went, and I could not convince them. So, anyway, going on a bit of a tangent here, right? Like, so I kind of knew about it before it was coming our way, but not seriously. It wasn't like I was like realizing what the implementations of this was. But then, you know, like 2 weeks before, when it was happening, when it started to begin in Italy, I was like really paying attention and talking about it and whatnot. And then it came over here and we went into lockdown and all this sort of stuff. But there was this moment where I went to the shops and everything, you could tell like this is the moment where it changed, because all of a sudden all the shelves in my local shop were like empty and I couldn't get anything really that I wanted to eat. And there was a big bag of potatoes and I thought, love that. And then I was like, when am I going to eat this? And I haven't eaten it since, and it reminded me of that. And they've been sitting in my garage, and I don't know how long potatoes last in a cold garage, but you know, they might be useless by the time I remember they're there. Potatoes started all this, jeez. Right, we got noises in the air from Tissue Man 101. Owen Underwood 123 for 5 months. Ace 3473 is here. Which is a bit saying, I'm just curious, and I'm not saying you should, but what made you decide to not show your face? And do you think you would ever change your mind? I ain't going to change my mind, Ace. I didn't decide to show my face because I never really cared to. and it was never a big deal. It was always a big deal for people watching, and you know, like, it's literally that. It's just a big deal for people that want to know. For me, I just got no desire to. I don't want to shove a camera in my face and be like, hey everyone, look at me, you know. So I just can't be bothered with it. Can't be bothered with it. Right, let's tidy up all this stuff. That goes in a different chest, doesn't it? Iron trapdoors in that one, orange over here. So, I do want to do more stuff in here, I'm just not sure what. I think I'll go do something else for a little bit. But I really love what we've done in here. This is terrific. It's very much ready for some crazy changes. Airman says, what happened to Clod? I basically lost Clod, and I feel like Clod has to be placed down. So, if we ever find Clod again, then the Clod will continue. But until we find Clod, I'm not going to, you know, while one Clod lives, another cannot. Okay, so there's no Cloddage in there, you see. I don't know where Clod is. Okay, that one goes in, not that one, but that one. And they don't go in those spaces, they go in these spaces. Let's put our shovel away. Probably not going to need that where I'm going. Going to need some more rockets, got to keep that in mind. And the white one, bam, all good. I'm going to leave that crafting bench there, I'll probably come back to that space. Did you kill Clod? Says Sen. No, we didn't kill Clod. I was just explaining that because I don't know where Clod is. We're not having another Clod until one dies, right? Like, unless Clod dies, there's not going to be another one. There's my... Oh my goodness me. Oh, what's... What is with this guy? Well, off Mumbo goes to do Mumbo things. Where is his shop? Let's have a look. Oh, he tore down the parcel. That's a shame. That was a really great shop. Buy Mumbo's bits. Okay, so that's like an explanation. See, he's sold everything. It's a good way to make diamonds. Sell parts of your skin. Ah! Oh, something new's going to happen over there. I see the goat prank has gone off the llama. This place hasn't changed too much since I was last here, I guess. Right, let's go up here then. Right, noises in the ear. JN72 for 7 months. Thank you so much. We've got Bot 007 gifting subs to Kieran McGee, Blue to Pave, Wow Shane, Manaranzo, and Flaming Diamonds. Thank you ever so much for supporting the community, Bot. Appreciate you. We got Manga Kania, subscribe with Amazon Prime. Thank you ever so much for your subscription. Appreciate it. Right, let's go see if we can find Clod then, okay? Orange Dynamo, glad you enjoy these streams. The music is tense, says Lord. Yeah, this is one of the tenser songs, that's for sure. Yeah, I really don't know where Clod is, unless I've left him in a chest somewhere. Like, this is usually where I put the junk. Over on this side is where junk ends up. But yeah, no Clod, so... Maybe we'll reinvent Clod. We'll give Clod a new name and do something a little bit more fun and interesting with it, right? We had this idea of it evolving. Okay, anyway, what we're going to do right now is grab some bone blocks. Actually, I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to go grab them from down below. Oh, and I need to make firework rockets. Yeah. Yes, I do. Gunpowder, please. I should really just leave the gunpowder out of this shulker box. 29 witch heads. Did you see that? 29 witch heads. Jeez, what am I going to do with those? You know, if the head games were on now, we'd be getting some points, that's for sure. Hey X, I'm a fairly new streamer and I don't have any viewers yet. Do you have any tips for starting streams? Starting streamers. I'm going to... Right, when people ask for tips, I like them to be specific. I'm going to relate it to the fact that you don't have any viewers. First of all, there are lots and lots of people out there creating content telling you how to do things on YouTube, how it all works, how to create content and get eyeballs on it. I was literally just listening to a conversation yesterday with Anthony Fantano and Kin Maffinty. Oh jeez, I always get it the wrong way around. Finn McKenty, that's it. And it was a really, really good discussion into how to get eyeballs on your content, how to go about making business connections, all this kind of stuff. That stuff is out there in abundance, right? You don't have to go to someone specific and ask. There's a lot of it out there if you want to learn. But as for getting viewers on Twitch, I really don't have a lot of advice because I did not build my audience here on Twitch just on Twitch. I built it through YouTube, and the way I got going on YouTube. Oh yeah, there's no crafting bench here, is there? The way I got going on YouTube was by making tutorials and putting them in places where people looked for tutorials, and that is not something that you can particularly do these days as well, but it's part of, I guess, a principle that you can think of is that, you know, whatever it is you're streaming might be related to some community that you can be a part of and share those things with. But what you'll find is if you go around shouting, hey, look at my stuff, you know, you're not really going to get people's attention, right? I mean, you could ask yourself, how often has someone like walked up to you and gone, hey, check me out, doing this, doing that, and you've been like, oh yeah, yeah, sure. You're like going to be like, no, dude, like, that's rude. So you put it in places where people are looking for it. Legend of Arthur is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime. We got that Tommy boy here with cheers and bits saying, hi X, I like to tell some dad jokes. Sometimes he laughs. Wait, I like to tell dad jokes, sometimes he laughs. I kind of ruined reading that. That's a great one. That is a great dad joke. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. I'm a big fan of the dad jokes. Haystack is here with a donation saying, hey Asuma, long-time viewer of the Hermitcraft scene. One of my favourite OG members is Topmas, but keeps going on hiatus. Is he still a part of Hermitcraft? Is he ever decided to return? Much love. Keep up the great work. Topmas isn't a part of Hermitcraft anymore. There's a few people that have moved on from Hermitcraft. If you want to see who's in Hermitcraft these days, you can go to hermitcraft.com and just look at the members list to know who's who. But thank you so much for the donation, dude. I appreciate it. Why is it named Clod? Says Cuplex. It is what it is, dude. Don't question Clod. You know, all hail the Clod. Hey X, so you don't show your face? Is it because you don't want to be recognised as your fave goth? It's not really like about being recognised. I just don't have a desire to put my face into this. Like, I don't need any form of like validation from people or whatever. It's just not a big deal. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing. If I were doing a different type of content, maybe it'd be relevant to it, but it just doesn't feel relevant to this. And you know, people are going to continue to be all mystiqued out. Oh, he doesn't show his face. Ooh, what does he look like? And it just doesn't bother me. I just don't share the same feelings. I don't watch anyone's content and want to know what they look like. There's plenty of people I watch that don't put their faces in videos, and it's just not a big deal. Done that the wrong way around. There we go. Should have brought a shulker box to load this stuff up into. X, do you have a music channel? I know that you like talking about it a lot, says Saki Jocker. I have a second channel where I've uploaded videos of me playing guitar in the past too. I have a music blog that you can get to by searching Asuma Music Blog on the old Google. And I have my music channel Soulside Eclipse with some songs and whatnot that I did back in the day. Although, will that channel ever get uploaded to again? Who knows? I very much hope so, but it's not a guarantee. there we go. I'm going to do 2 more and then just leave it. That'll be enough. But what about events such as Minecon? Do you miss out on not being able to participate? I don't like even. I'm not even interested in Minecon. Like, all I'm interested in that happens at Minecon is the update. But yeah, like conventions are not really my thing. I've been to conventions before. I mean, I guess it depends what sort of conventions. There's probably conventions like a music convention maybe would interest me, but I went to like Comic-Con and it was a little bit well, there's just nothing I was really interested in, but it was cool to go and like see what it was about. And I did actually there was some stalls there selling like DVDs, and there's this show called Band of Brothers. I say it's a show, it was like a series, and this was like the beginning of what you see on Netflix and this modern age of like really fantastic. I'm gonna sneeze, 1 second. Oh, there we go. This was at the beginning of those really fantastic sorry, what am I talking about? So this day and age you have TV shows that are like movies that you binge watch, right? Like they come out on Netflix, like Breaking Bad was one of the big ones. Band of Brothers was probably the beginning of this. It was funded by Tom Hanks, and it was a World War II, if I'm remembering correctly. Pretty sure it was World War II. It's one of the shows I really would like to watch again, actually. Band of Brothers. It's like a World War II 10-part. They called it like a mini-series at the time. It's basically a 10-part movie, right? Like a 10-hour movie. It was absolutely fantastic. Like just some incredible storytelling. And they had a sequel to it called The Pacific, which was about the Pacific arena of the war, right? The Pacific Ocean. I keep saying that wrong. And I got that there. That was like, and I got it really cheap. There were like all these stalls, and then I noticed this second-hand Pacific DVD for like a $5, like the whole thing, and I was just like, oh, I'm totally taking that. That's all I remember from it, really, was just getting that bargain. And Pacific was sort of not as good, but also really fantastic in its own right, because it lived in the shadow of the other show. I think it gets bashed a little bit, whereas, you know, the standard was so high. This show was also really fantastic. Winters from Band of Brothers was local to me. Guy was a legend, says Flip Spawn. I don't remember the names of individuals very well, but that's cool to know. Like, yeah, there were lots of cool characters and actors in that show for sure. And yeah, that was like the beginning of that whole sort of like box set binge watch TV, because TV shifted a lot over the years. If you go back and watch some of the shows that were big in like the 80s even, like they're pretty awful compared to today. And so the beginning of this this whole like epic TV, like, you know, Stranger Things, Breaking Bad, The Wire, that all kind of started with Band of Brothers, I believe. Wasn't much like it before it. Band of Brothers have their own milk brand, really? It's kind of weird. Red Dwarf, says Josh Axe. Red Dwarf was like a comedy, wasn't it? I was actually reading about it just the other day. I was kind of interested, like, I wonder if I'd like this show. I remember always seeing it on like UK Gold when I was a kid. That was like a TV channel, and not really sure if I found it that funny or not. Now the thing with British humour is I pretty much enjoy a lot of British humour, so maybe that first impression ain't much to go on, you know. I should really be double checking. I'm going off of memory here. I'm totally going off of memory. It seems I've done it right though, so let's check that. I can't open that, but that right there, yeah, look at this. Gunpowder in it. So yeah, free wide again. I do remember. Hey X, wondering why Corrales calls you Shishwami, says Jumbo Shrimp. Well, it's just, you know, the name, isn't it? Like, it's a made-up name. You can say it in a made-up way if you want to. I got to be super careful about creepers dropping down and give me the old jump scare. I can't believe you haven't watched Red Dwarf. Your cringy humour is so Red Dwarf, it's great, says Tuxaban. Oh, well, you know, if you think it's similar to mine, maybe I'll give it a try. I'm watching Well, that's the other thing. Like, I'm watching Deep Space Nine at the moment, so when I'm done with that, I'll be looking out for something else. But it also got me thinking, isn't it also like a bit of a piss take of Star Trek, which I'm all down for something taking the mick out of something else, even if I like it. Like, you know, take the mick out of me. It's like, humour doesn't have to be personal, does it? X, you place down bone blocks on chests, you can't open them, says Derpy Blaze. That is correct, yeah. Bone block on top of the chest will stop you from opening it. Woohoo! I'm watching Voyager at the moment, says Nurse Soul. Yeah, after I'm done with Deep Space Nine, I might go get back into Voyager. Like, I watched most of the first 2 series of that. I actually made a list of all the episodes the Borg are in, because apparently the Borg turn up a lot in that show. And I thought maybe I'd, like, just go back and watch all the Borg episodes, but I could, Oh, Hetty Jane says it's not based off of Star Trek at all. Okay. Is it just set in space? Is that the idea? I screwed up, says last time I watched one of your streams you had like 200. Well, over the years, you know, streaming numbers have gone up and down. I think for the most part though I've been a consistent streamer. If I'm doing Minecraft or Hermitcraft, we've had, you know, 500 to 1,000 people, and then maybe at the beginning of seasons we've had several thousand people. With Hermitcraft Season 7, the hype's been insane. It's calming down a little bit now, which is to be understood, you know. People ain't going to be interested forever. Jeez. But yeah, 200 people on the stream, if that were like recent, is probably when I'm not doing Minecraft stuff, playing other little games, like we did some Command & Conquer, Red Alert. My plan was to like really go through all the old school games of my childhood and play them all, but you know, did a bit of that, then kind of got pulled back into Minecraft again, and this is just my rhythm now. I don't know when I'll get back round to playing more of those games, but it'll happen at some point, I'm sure. Firefox Panda, I appreciate your nice kind message there, but believe me, changes the flow of life. You'll find other things that interest you with time. Check the iron farm for Clod, says Aiden. Yeah, that's a place where Clod could be. Oh yeah, Mindustry. Yeah, we played Mindustry as well. That was a cool one. Watched all the Star Trek before the Netflix one, and man, Voyager definitely filled with Borg, I'd say, and that went off the rest of the screen. Jeez. Apparently Patrick Stewart gave it the thumbs up. Well, I need to go watch it then, by the sounds of it. I could do with a little bit of comedy, a little bit more humour. I tried to watch like some stand-ups recently, and just didn't do it for me. It's good to laugh a lot. Usually when I crack up and have a good laugh, it's with friends, and you know, current situation, that ain't happening. Unfortunately. Which comedian, says Darth and Eyeless? I watched Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, and one other. And all 3 of them really just didn't really do it for me. What was this? Chris D'Elia. Now, I actually really like these comedians, and I've enjoyed some of their stand-ups in the past, but I don't know, just weren't really feeling it. I think it's the formula of stand-up, right? Is that it kind of has like a way to it, and once you've watched a bunch of them, that kind of formula becomes quite apparent. So when a comedian isn't really like messing with it or trying to do something different, it just feels a little kind of stale to me. So I didn't particularly enjoy it very much. Have you watched The Mandalorian? Not yet. And some people are asking Ricky Gervais. I mean, Ricky Gervais is my all-time probably favourite comedian. I've seen everything he's done. Love everything. Listen to all the XFM, all the podcasts, all that stuff's incredible. Hey X, are you interested in cop shows? I don't like classic 80s cop shows. God no, those are pretty awful. But like The Wire, if you want to call The Wire a cop show, which I think is probably a bad label to put on it, that's one of the best TV shows ever. And I brought it on Blu-ray and rewatched it like last year, and it's still... I've watched that like through like 4 or 5 times. It is so incredible, The Wire. Definitely probably the best TV show that's been made. What? TJ Hooker was the best? That's the kind of show I couldn't stand. I don't like those older shows that are very like formulaic and everything like wraps up neatly every time, which is actually what Star Trek does. So the latest Deep Space Nine episodes I watched, 2 of them I had a real deja vu for. I'm like, I really think I've seen these before, and I do not ever remember watching Deep Space Nine, but hey, could have been a kid or something, you know. But they're so, like, the thing with Star Trek is that everything always wraps up nicely. The main characters never die. They'll be like, there's characters in it that get hit by phaser blasts, right? And then they're just like extras that die. It's like phaser blast, they're dead. But then when a main character gets hit by a phaser blast, you always know they're going to find a way out of it, and they always do. And another thing they do is like every episode kind of wraps up neatly, and sometimes they really like try to push the mystery to the very last few minutes and then very quickly wrap things up, which I think kind of works. But it's an interesting thing to observe, because yeah, it can just be like one little thing changes and then all of a sudden, oh, beam me up, yeah, everything's fine, we're all good again, and that's the end of the episode. But yeah. You should watch Fargo. I've seen Fargo. Fargo's terrific. Really great show. That's the kind of modern TV programming that I like. Which series is he talking about? Deep Space Nine. And Star Trek in general does that, but Deep Space Nine has like really gone quite far in on a couple of episodes where you're like, you've got 5 minutes left and everything is still on the table. And then it's like, this thing happens, that thing happens, oh, and now it's all back to normal and we're all good again. Anyway, I'm getting through Season 2 and I'm really looking forward to Season 3 because I'm enjoying it so far. People were saying skip the first 2 seasons, and I get the impression that they're going to try and ditch the formula of like these little, you know, 1-episode stories, and this whole like intergalactic war stuff is going to kick off, which will be interesting to see how they handle that. Like I'm kind of hoping that what they chose to do was to pivot away from the formula they were using for Voyager and the Next Generation, like these little 1-episode storylines, right? If it stays that way, I don't mind, but I know that there's like these like these saga wars coming up or something. You watched Black Mirror yet? I've seen all of Black Mirror. Picard is a lot darker than the other shows. They also did kill some main characters, like actually, yeah, that one is. Wait, Picard, or are we talking Next Generation? I think overall, after watching Picard, I feel like parts of the story work, but the overall way it came together, especially the acting, I think was pretty poor. Or maybe, you know, it's hard to say if it's the acting or the story. The Picard series, though, it just, I don't know, the way they all put it together, they made it all kind of modern and flash and flare, and just a lot of it didn't work for me. There definitely was some good moments sort of towards the end. Maybe like, was it 10 episodes? Maybe like episode 8 and 9 really picked up some steam, but the conclusion was pretty everything's alright again kind of thing, right? Grimborn says Star Trek Discovery is the best Star Trek series. Star Trek Discovery is alright. Again, it's like very very modern way of doing that kind of show, the tone. It was pretty alright, but I don't remember it that well. The political themes they have in Deep Space Nine are very well written. That's what I remember most about that. Yeah, there's always, that's what I've always liked about Star Trek, is that you might think it's about, you know, space and meeting aliens and stuff, but it's the underlying theme that's always like there to get you thinking about what you're seeing. Do I have an ender chest? Yeah, I need to clear up some of this inventory mess. And, you know, what it gets you thinking about is great. It's gets your brain ticking over, you know, and thinking things through. They're always, like, the storylines are always analogies for problems that we have on Earth. You know, often the aliens and their different cultures are a way of shining a light on our own cultures and how we respect one another's beliefs and practices and such. Or how we don't respect, you know, like... One thing I will say about Deep Space Nine is that it chucks a lot of passing aliens into the mix on the station, and you know they're kind of limited to, you know, the humanoid form and putting just like some tacky makeup on their face to make them look different, right? Like give them some big ears or a weird haircut, and it's like, why is everyone a humanoid in space? It'd be nice if they had a bit more variety. And sometimes they're not even adventurous with it. There's some really wacky looking aliens that is just like, that's a person with face paint on. And I wish they had put a bit more effort into some of that stuff, because it makes the show look a bit tacky at times. Edgy music whilst looking through chess monsters, love it. Says Etmavit. This isn't edgy music, jeez. This is the furthest thing from edgy I know. There's some good old ambient music from a computer game. X, if you could choose one show to watch for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Probably a long one. What's good and has got 30 seasons plus? The Simpsons? I don't know. Like, I think if I chose The Office, I'd grow sick of it, because it's short. Actually, no, there you go, The American Office. I'd pick The American Office. That would be the show I'd watch forever. God, I love that show. It's amazing. South Park? Yeah, South Park's terrific. I think I just instinctively know I'd go with The American Office now that I think about it. There's a show I'll want to watch again one time. I think if you like Star Trek, you like Babylon 5, says Alpha John. Maybe all that copycat type shows. I mean, copycat, a bit mean, but you know what I mean, like the cloning of that Star Trek format. There were a lot of them, like Stargate was one as well. I watched a bit of Stargate and it was sort of alright, but I was just watching it because as a kid and I didn't know what else to do or whatever. Like, I'm really not sure I'd be interested in those similar ones. I don't know. Maybe. I love how Deep Space Nine is a fixed place. You feel as if you have a feel for the land. So to say the Cardassians are... Do you know what? I'm just trying to read that rather than speak it out. Yeah, it's a fixed place, which is interesting. They're not always travelling, for sure. And you know, all the technology and the computers look a bit wacky, but then you got to remember that they're Cardassian. Oh my goodness me! So, like, having watched it and keep hearing them say Cardassian over again, I kept having this image in my mind of like keeping up with the Cardassians. And I went and looked for it, and no one's created, like, there's a couple of like memes out there, but I thought it would make such a great meme to take the Keeping Up with the Kardashians like promo poster or whatever and just replace them with Cardassians, right? No one's really done that very well. So if anyone out there is like a Deep Space Nine fan and a memer and wants to like send me a good Photoshop of like Keeping Up with the Cardassians, that would amuse me greatly. I mean, you could probably share that with more people than just me, right? Like, but I just thought it was something that would surely exist. Surely someone out there has done Keeping Up with the Cardassians. Some people have, but just really not very well that I could find. Like really poor quality memes. You know, we need some good quality memes if we're gonna do a joke like that, right? Okay, there we go. That'll do me for the next bit. We get through these quick, remember? Alright, and you go in there, and you go in there. Cool. Why is that exactly what I think about whenever I hear that name, says Kayla. Oh, probably because you got the two and you know how similar they are to one another, right? What about Hermitcraft episodes at the end of the time? Assume there's over 900 episodes on YouTube. I would not want to watch my own episodes. God. I made them. I know it all inside out. Do you follow football, says Thunder57. I would say yes, but there ain't much football to follow at the moment. there ain't much football to follow. Not much at all. Some people have watched every episode of Hermitcraft episode in history, says Not Tip. Yeah, some people might also think they have. I know that there are episodes of Hermitcraft you can't watch anymore because someone removed them. Yeah, one of our former members actually just removed all of their episodes off of Hermitcraft. Oh, sorry, off of YouTube, which I don't know why they did that. Like that's up to them, and I'm not going to like speculate too much. But yeah, they left and then removed all their episodes. I was like, okay. Right, let's try and land on that ledge. What's up with that music, says Greg. Yeah, what is up with it? You know, it keeps making sounds. Stupid music. Jeez. Stop making noises. Be silent. It's just music, dude. A little bit of dark ambient. Right, let's go to here. Because the next ones are these three, I'm pretty sure. Don't think I have to double check that. Have you seen Battlestar Galactica? If not, it's a really good show. Yeah, again, like Babylon 5, I've heard people say that that's a good show. I got this like real instinctive feeling that I wouldn't like it, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe one day I'll give it a shot, but instinctively, not so sure. That's right, isn't it? No. Now you got me guessing. I think I am actually doing this back bit wrong. Let's go have another little check. Good to figure that out now rather than later. So yeah, it's got to line up with that wall there, and what we're currently doing actually doesn't line up with that wall. So we've come out the front. So I've built too much over on this side, basically. Do you like drama, movies / series X, says Big Bart. Yeah, I like drama, but drama's also kind of broad, right? Like, the basis of a good movie or show, often for me, is like really good character development, which is kind of what you describe drama as, right? Okay, I guess I never did this bit down here either, but let's focus on getting the next bit right. That is where it needs to be. So all of that goes, and then this wouldn't be here. And those wouldn't be there, they'd be one block further back. So like that, and then over here, 1, 2, and 3. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica, says the koala bear. Some classic Office right there. Classic Office. Why do you have 221 levels, says Swaggle Lag? Well, because after I hit 220 levels, I picked up more XP, and that caused it to tick over to 221 levels of XP. That is the reason that I have 221. Now, when we get 221 filled up to the top and we pick up more XP, we go up to 222. My goodness me, it's a lot of XP. Trying to place that in there, I was. Oh, I heard a creeper fall down. That scares me because I'm walking in the area. Don't be shooting. Don't be testing. Jeez. Jeez. Okay, let's get back to it. See, that's where the creepers land. Now, they do take full damage, but it still scares me. Okay. Trying to jump on the site behind me, but I'm realising now there's nothing behind me. Hi, I'm new here, says Pineapple Legend. Welcome, welcome. He wants his bones back. Yeah, that's a fair explanation. Oh, by the way, I haven't read noises in the ear for a while. Smarty001 for 5 months. H. Hitchener subscribing. King of Games for 2 months. Clownser has subscribed, and so has Quoten Comey with the Amazon Prime subscription, and now Lulliustia 101 has subscribed. I've definitely butchered your name, you know. Dalitar says, what are the odds of getting a Hermitcraft mod position when you're a lurker in the sub? Probably, you know, pretty much nothing. If you're not an active participant in the community, which is what a moderator would need to be, you know, not only are you not that, you are. There's no like show of who you are through how you interact with the community and what you talk about and post. Like when people have become moderators in my community, it's because they've been active and they've shown themselves to have certain qualities that I think would be good for a moderator. So if you've been a lurker in a community, you're probably not going to get a moderator status. It might have been Sokar that deleted the video, says Hand of Doom. It wasn't Sokar. He might have deleted his videos now and I'm not aware of it, but I was thinking of someone else at the time. I mean, I could tell you who. I don't feel like there's any reason I couldn't. Probably said before who did it, but like, I feel like now I've made it into a bit of a big deal, so I won't bother. Do you like Queen songs, says RG Musty. I don't like Queen songs at all. I really love Queen, great band, just can't stand those songs they write. You know, if Queen didn't write songs, they'd be the perfect band, if you ask me. Yeah, I do like Queen songs. I'm messing with you. Time Lord says, do you like Metallica? Oh, not metal, that rah rah rah, screaming and shouting and terrible. Not music, it's just noise. I swear it's just noise, you know? I'm such a troll. Metallica are one of my favourite bands ever, and I've seen them live quite a few times. Man, there was a time when I was at Download 06. It was weird, when I was at Download 06, it's like, you know, Metallica was something that I grew up with, and then I think I sort of like momentarily thought I'd outgrown some of the old stuff I was into, because now I was like into death metal, and we were listening to all this deathcore music coming over from the States and checking out all the scene bands, and like just didn't actually spend like a lot of time listening to the classic stuff like Metallica. And then I was all of a sudden at Download 06, and I remember just like being like, oh my god, I'm gonna see Metallica, and just remembering how much I love this band and like how incredible their music is. And that was one hell of a show. They played the Master of Puppets in its entirety, so I got to hear. I remember talking to some fans and being like, oh yeah, I really want to hear them play Leper Messiah and The Thing That Should Not Be, and then I got to hear them. It was so cool. I was so lucky. What is your tolerance on swearing on the server? I don't mind if you can swear all the time. I've got no problem. No, that was poorly executed. Poorly executed joke. Jeez, whatever. That joke is old by now. It's old. Stop pressing that button, X. Jeez, we're over it. Oh, did someone swear in chat then or something? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the mute button. That's great. Oh, jeez. I gotta press the other button now. I pressed that twice, the derp button. Okay, you get 2 derps for that. There's definitely some derpage. Some absolute brain derpage going on right there. Have the Hermits talked to TFC yet? Says Diamina. Not too much. TFC's very like self-sufficient guy. Like he's not like been reaching out to us or asking for anything. He's just been cracking on and doing his thing, alright? And so he's communicated with us and said like I'm back, but it's always just like he's just cracking on with things, you know. If you watch his videos updating everyone on what's going on, you can tell that he's you know, very forward thinking, like let's get on with this now. This is how it is, let's move forward. He was asking about making his skin transparent on the foot, so he could have like a missing foot on his skin, which I thought was pretty funny. Any plans to review the new Coldplay album, X? I probably won't even listen to it. I brought a whole bunch of records the other day and I am full up for now. Full up with stuff to listen to. Enter Shikari, top of the list. And Old Tower as well. Do you listen to Slowfi? His album Nothing Great About Britain is really good, says Bluragu. You could have just gone to my music blog and search Slowfi. Oh, I have to say it over and over again. Peeps, just go to Asuma's music blog and search. Like, you don't have to use the search, just press Control F, right, and type in the name of the artist. And if I've ever written about them, their name is on every single page. I set it up so that you can just go and find out, right? You want to know if I listen to this band, that band? Like, I might have written about them. And yeah, that was one of my favourite albums last year. Nothing Great About Britain. To be fair though, I've listened to like not as much music. I feel like the bar has lowered a bit for what goes on that list. It's just, yeah, I was really like firing into it a few years ago. These days, not so much. But yeah, that was a really cool record nonetheless. Okay then, look at that. We got this side over here done now, which is terrific. That's what I wanted. Can I get out of this hole? It is also nighttime. Bad things will be spawning and coming after me. Need to skedaddle and scram. Bam! Look at that. They're made out of bone blocks now. These are going to get changed. It's coming. Not ready just yet, but it'll happen. Right, we got noises in the ear from Skylark 005, Dabby 4222, Firalol for 34 months and 2 more to go. Yes, 2 more for 3 years, which is Emerald Face, I believe. I believe I can fly. Yeah. Right. Anyway, peeps, be sure to hit the follow button before you head out of here. We are wrapping the stream up. I'm going to go look for a small Minecraft channel to raid someone with under... Oh, this person looks like they're doing some cool stuff in... Ooh, that's got a texture pack though, in the Nether. Alright, I picked out a random channel to go raid. So you can click the raid button. Wait. What am I seeing on my screen? I believe Twitch is showing me my stream from like an hour ago. What is it doing? That is so confusing. Anyway, yeah, we're going to go raid this channel. So thank you everyone for watching. Big thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. As always, I appreciate your support and I'll be seeing you later on. Bye-bye.